and he put forth a task before us to make the 8th, 9th struggle. Comrade Sundaram, when he took over as the General Secretary of All India Insurance Employees Association in the year 1988, the neoliberalism started in India at that particular time. Perhaps most of the trade unions and leaders, they did not understand what the neoliberalism is all about. That's what Comrade Amanullah Khan was also saying us. And in that sense, whether he's writing Let Us Speak Politics or his 6 books which he wrote against globalization and neoliberalism, it has become a guiding force and it has reflected his forethoughts. And Comrade Sundaram has rightly told, when we are going on strike on 8th and 9th January 2019, the 18th All India Industrial Strike, Comrade Sundaram very clearly told, in no unequivocal terms, what is neoliberalism is nothing but withdrawal of the government from its responsibility. In simple terms, neoliberalism leads to privatization of public sectors. And neoliberalism doesn't stop just privatization of public sector itself. Comrade Sundaram told very clearly. Comrade Sundaram told that privatization is not just public sector alone. Privatization means the privatization of the social responsibility itself. That's how we see as the time passed by, when he told very clearly in the early 90s, today we have seen the attack on the social, what we are demanding, whether you call it a pension, or it is on the question of education, or it's question of health, or it's question of your water, your electricity, everything. Today everything is privatized. And that's what in other means the service charges are. What is the service charge? The service charge is the service you provide. The service charge, what they are, is the service you provide. Service you provide to the customer because it is your duty to provide. See, look how the whole thing is being very clear today. So Comrade Sundaram was very clear when he wrote these 6 books, or when he debated and he argued and when he addressed the meetings. He always told us that privatization is not the privatization where the governments will withdraw itself from its responsibility, but the privatization is nothing but the total privatizing the social responsibility of the government itself. So that today, when we say the 50 lakhs central government employees are participating on 8th, 9th strike, January strike, or today in life insurance sector, when we demand that the pension should be given another option, and apart from that, you remember in the last conference the AIA decided, not just we are demanding the demand of one more final pension option in insurance industry. We told in our conference very clearly as an organizational agenda that not only the demand should be met by the management and the government, but also we told that our struggle continues to see that we should get back the old pension scheme, scrapping the national pension scheme. That's what the whole Ernakulam conference debated about. And today we are happy in the conference we told. As an All India Insurance Employees Association, the very essence of the organization to build a collective movement, bring more and more trade unions together. In the same way, the idea is what being told to us by the senior leaders and like Comrade Sundaram. Today we are talking about building a much more bigger trade union movement, and that's what we are going to see on 8th and 9th January, when the whole of the working class, the 10 lakhs of banking employees, 50 lakhs of central government and state government employees, more than 1.5 lakhs of insurance employees, and more peasantry support, the unorganized sector, the whole of Indian working class, around 180 million, means around 18 crores of workers are going to come out to the streets on 8th and 9th. For what? Saying that, demanding that we will not accept the neoliberalism. The days of the neoliberalism is closed today. As Fukuyama told when Soviet Russia fell, that's the end of history. We have to rewrite the history saying that the end of history will be only when capitalism fails. That is the very understanding of the working class today. Therefore, the 8th and 9th, when we go on strike, we say, pay the tributes to all these leaders that AIE continues to tread the same path which has been shown. At the same time, Comrade Sundaram always used to say, last one and a half years over, nothing we talked about a wage revision. Comrade Sundaram says, if at all the wage revision is non-political issue, is not a political issue, perhaps we would have got our wage revision long back. Arun Jaitley comes and talks about on 29 meeting, and he told earlier also when the wage revisions were settled in the public sector, why you come to the government? If you are doing well, your productivity level is high, your profits are high, why you need not come to government? You can directly settle your wages. What happened to that talk? Why? The arguments we do not accept what has been placed in the banking sector very clearly. But the same arguments per se, if we accept in insurance industry, why wage revision is denied to the insurance employees when we are making profits? When government can take a check from the Life Insurance Corporation of India for more than 2,400 crores, we ask the government of India, why you deny wage revision to the insurance industry and insurance employees, public sector insurance employees? So, the wage revision is not a mere economic demand, as Comrade Sundaram always states and tell again and again in the secretariats and also in the open meetings. The economic demand cannot merely remain as an economic demand. This wage revision or economic demands are political demands. It's a class character where the rich do not want to give you the wage, the state do not want to give you the wage as you deserve, and they wanted to see that unrest is created by not giving the wage revision. That is exactly what Comrade Amanullah was pointing out. When he comes and says here that what 29th Arun Jaitley told in the meeting, he did not talk about the economic demand. He says the idea of the left. The idea of left is the idea of unity. It should be broken. He talks about, now it is irrelevant. Today the idea is us, the Bharatiya Janata Party. And you say that you go and propagate this idea. What that idea is about? When the All India Insurance Employees Association, we talking about the wage revision collectively, we deserve the wage revision. Today it has become very important for all of us. On one side we wanted wage revision, but on the other side we are becoming more active as a middle class employees, whether the decision of the Supreme Court is right to allow in Sabarimala what has happened. What does it mean? When All India Insurance Employees Association says that we have to fight together, but we will be divided on some other issue. Nobody is talking about wage revision here. He doesn't talk about the wage revision. He did not talk about the one more pension option. He did not talk about the problems of the public sector insurance industry having addressed the public sector insurance employees there. He did not, we mobilized 45 lakhs of signatures against the service tax. What happened? He did not talk about that. What he talked? Break the unity. And you are not able to create, you could not go inside, you could not make any inroads into the insurance industry. Means what he is talking about? He is saying that break the All India Insurance Employees Association. This is what Comrade Sundaram was always saying as be careful about. When you are raising your voice, when the working class...